My name is Erika McCool. I'm a student in the UOTeach master's program right now, and I have wanted to teach ever since I was 5 years old. The moment I stepped into my kindergarten classroom, I fell in love with the way that my kindergarten teacher made me feel. She was inspiring and always expected the best from us, and that inspired me to really want to help others as I got older. So I came home from kindergarten one day and told my mom, I'm going to be a teacher, and I've gone with it ever since. Educational Foundations especially is geared towards being able to have a critical lens towards the education system today. And there are times when you're going to feel that it's really, really critical, and that's okay. There's no such thing as a perfect classroom, and there never will be an ideal situation like that. But what Educational Foundations does really well is prepares you for certain aspects that you may agree with and may want to bring into your classroom. They taught me so much more about who we are as people and how that affects our learning and how we learn in a classroom, rather than it's just the teacher teaching the materials. All these students come from different backgrounds, they come from different cultural experiences, and that really shapes who they are as people and how they learn and what kind of interests them and their engagement levels. We hear so many stories about students who unfortunately don't receive the education that they should, and that it's mainly because we tend to see them only as an entity of, can they add or can they subtract? Do they know how to read? Yes and no. And oftentimes, unfortunately, that happens because we don't take the time to look at a student and think more about who they are as a person. It's been a blessing to be able to see farther past a child for what they can do academically, and then how to use that information in order to help them succeed in the classroom. I would say my biggest piece of advice is just to be ready for anything that's thrown at you. There were a lot of times where I would walk out of class really frustrated because I felt that what I went through growing up and the education I went through growing up was almost against what we've been learning in Educational Foundations and in the College of Education in general. And so it took a lot to kind of take a step back and really be critical of how I learned growing up, how I see others teaching today, and then also how I want to be as a teacher based off the knowledge that I've gained in the College of Education. And so it's really an eye-opening experience, and you just have to be ready for everything. My hope for my future classroom is that I can create a safe learning community for all students, no matter where they come from, what their family life is like, or what they do and don't have. I want them to be able to walk into my classroom every day and know this is a safe place for me to learn, and this is one of my favorite places to be in the day. And I hope that by creating respectful communities and also accepting communities within not only the students themselves, but also in the classroom and outside of the classroom, I'm hoping that my students will be able to take that with them one day and carry that throughout their lives and know that my classroom had an impact on who they are as a person.